Hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whenever you might happen to be watching this. My name is Deborah Blanche, and I'm an actor, storyteller, writer, and chautauqua performer. I also do workshops and projects connected with the expertise that I've accumulated over the years. I've done them in all sorts of settings, recreational settings, educational settings, and even institutional settings. I worked as an artist in residence for the New Mexico Arts Division for a period of time and had the opportunity to do all sorts of projects and performances in non-theatrical spaces. And in fact, I like that. I like the idea of taking dramatization to people as well as wanting people to come to a specific space like a theater in order to see something, because I think drama is relative to all of life, as you must think as well, because that's why we have Chautauqua and Living History performances. Speaking of Chautauqua performances, in 1986 is when I first auditioned for the New Mexico Humanities Chautauqua program. I just completed 2 tours of a one-woman theater piece, a full-length theater piece called Women of the West. And I came back to Albuquerque and did a finale weekend at the Chemo Theater. There was a board member, who was at that time a board member, of the Humanities Council who attended that performance, and afterwards she encouraged me to audition for the upcoming New Mexico Chautauqua program. I thought it combined a lot of my interests, not only biographical presentation, but also women's history, social issues, and traveling around to all sorts of places in New Mexico, meeting new people and going to new places in New Mexico. So I took the viewpoint character from that piece, Women of the West, Abigail Scott Duniway, and I honed an audition script from the material that I'd already researched and had been using, plus some other things that I thought were relative to the humanities, and rehearsed it, pressed my costume, gathered my props, went off to the Chemo Theater, which is where the auditions were being held that year as well. And I was very confident with the material that I had prepared. I knew that I had my script down, that I knew a lot about Abigail, but still I was a little uneasy about the question and answer period that was going to be required. That was something I hadn't done before. Yes, I'd done a lot of improvisation, but not with a historical character, that there were actual facts and figures that might need to be reported to an audience. Evidently, I did all right in the audition because I was approved for the program. And as soon as I got out on the road with Abigail Scott Duniway Tells the History of the West from the Women's Point of View, I started realizing that scary part, the question and answer as the character, became my very favorite part. I loved it. And as a writer, I felt what I needed to do in the prepared material was just plant some seeds that would prickle the curiosity of the audience. Yes, clearly outline the themes, but let the audience ask the character what it was they wanted to know instead of hosing them down with the information that I thought they might like to know or that I thought was important. There's rarely a presentation of a Chautauqua program that I don't go back to the dressing room and make some notes for myself about a question that was answered or an interaction with the audience that I would like to do better. I'd like to have had more information. I'd like to have been able to give a fuller answer. And I like this about this genre as well, because it keeps the program fresh and it keeps me sharp. There's going to be a new thrust with the Humanities Council Chautauqua programs. That third part, I've always thought of it as being the prepared material, the question and answer with the character, and then the time when I come out of character. The third part is not going to be just a question and answer of me as myself, but it's going to be more of a discussion in which the Chautauquan, myself, will be facilitating that discussion. And I'm looking forward to that challenge as well. I'm going to start practicing it with the programs that I already have booked for the 2020 Women's Suffrage Centennial. Thank you for watching. I encourage you to look at my website. It's www.palomitaproductions.org. Let me spell Palomita for you. Palomita, palomitaproductions.org. You'll find out a lot more about me, about my work, my experience, and my philosophy about it. So thank you again for watching. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and I hope we meet personally sometime soon. Farewell.